children, welcome to ninth English class. Today children, let's take a lesson called The Will of Sacrifice. The lesson about Bhagat Singh, because see the lesson name, The Will of Sacrifice. We have a nature of a sacrifice. We should have a nature of a sacrifice, but that sacrifice should come voluntarily. Okay, what do you mean by sacrifice, children? Sacrifice maybe it is meant by give up or give up something which you like most. Then the meaning sacrifice has a meaning. Okay, see, usually if you give up a chocolate or if you give up a movie which you like to watch, that and all not called as a sacrifice. What do you mean by sacrifice? As I told, sacrifice means the things which we like very much, maybe our life or the place which we like to visit. If we sacrifice going to that place, that may be called as a sacrifice. Mainly the life of us. Okay children, mainly the life which we like very much, if we sacrifice that will be called as a sacrifice, and that means it is a sacrifice. Okay, you may be thinking that why that name of lesson is kept as The Will of Sacrifice. Okay, because here in the lesson Bhagat Singh, okay, he is going to sacrifice his life. You know very well why and what made Bhagat Singh to sacrifice the life, right? During the time of a freedom movement, the situation has came where he made to sacrifice his life. Okay, that is the lesson about. See children, this lesson is very simple, and we know the condition of India under the rule of a British. Okay, during that situation, Bhagat Singh was asked to sacrifice his life. Okay, so the lesson there starts from there. Okay, so here in the first para of the lesson, which give the introduction of a Bhagat Singh. Okay, later on he was sentenced to death, and from there in the jail he will write a letter. Okay, there the lesson goes, and after the end of this letter, the lesson will also get ended. Okay, and here in the beginning of the lesson, it was introduction that what made Bhagat Singh to involve himself in a freedom movement and what made him to go into the jail. That and all you can see in this lesson. Okay, so I will read the paragraph. Bhagat Singh was born on September 29, 1907 in Katkar Kalan, Punjab in British India. Okay, is it clear? So he was born on 1907 in Punjab, that was British India. Have you noticed this word, children? Have you noticed this? British India. What does it mean? Means India, it is an independent state, but it was under the control of a British, so it was named as British India. Okay, so the time when he was born, okay, in that time only India was under the control of a British. His grandfather Arjan Singh, father Kishan Singh and uncle Ajit Singh were all active in the freedom struggle. So the family background itself involved in freedom movement already. The father father Kishan Singh, uncle Ajit Singh and grandfather Arjan Singh, the three members already involved in freedom movement, and somewhere the family background also made him to involve himself in a freedom movement. They are all active in the freedom struggle. Young Bhagat Singh came in contact with some well-known political leaders like Lala Lajpat Rai and Ras Bihari Bose while studying at local DVA school in Lahore. So, as we know that the family member or the father, uncle and grandfather of a Bhagat Singh, they already in and as he grew up, when he goes to school, he came in contact with few of the political leaders such as Lala Lajpat Rai and Ras Bihari Bose. So they thought their views also influenced the Bhagat Singh in young age. And in 1916, in response to Mahatma Gandhi call for non-cooperation against British rule, in 1921, Bhagat Singh left his school. And joined the National School at Lahore. So he was studying in DAV School, Lahore in 1960. Then after, in 1921, Gandhiji will give call for a non-cooperation movement. You may heard the name. What do you mean by non-cooperation movement? Non-cooperation movement in the sense, during the time of a British rule, they used to pass certain rules, regulation and act. Okay, and as a being the Indians, we are accepted and we adopted non-cooperation movement. The non-cooperation movement, the name itself says, see, non-cooperation movement in 1921, which means that as Indians we are not going to follow the act and regulation of a British rule. Means we are not cooperating with the rules of a British. So Gandhiji, as a leader of a freedom struggle movement, he will give the call to the entire Indians, especially in few of the states, some of the political leaders were appointed children, and that political leader will be given message that we are now following. We have to follow the non-cooperation movement, and as a call for that non-cooperation movement, all the Indian and the follower of the Indian freedom movement, they followed the non-cooperation movement. It somewhere influenced the mind of Bhagat Singh, and what he will do, he will leave the present school, DAV school in Lahore, and he has joined to National School at Lahore. This school was center of a revolutionary activities. So why he particularly joined a National School at Lahore? Because Lahore is the center point of all freedom movement plan. So keeping that in mind, he joined the DAV school and he has joined National School. And actually that National School is a main center of a revolutionary. What do you mean by revolutionary? See children, during the time of a freedom movement, our freedom fighters are divided into three classifications like moderate, extremist and revolutionary. Okay, these moderate, extremist and revolutionary types, and the follower of these three you are going to learn in your 10th social class. Now I will just explain you what is revolutionary. Okay, as I told, moderate refers to a freedom fighter. They used to keep the peace and non-violence. They used to appeal to the British for the freedom movement in a peaceful manner. Okay, whereas revolutionary in the sense, the name itself says revolution. They used to go for a strike. They used to take a way of a violence to get the freedom movement. Okay, so in these, National School is become center for a revolutionary, not a moderate. Moderate means they are a peace lover, whereas revolutionaries' main aim is that get the freedom or liberate the India in the hands of the British. For that they are ready to do anything. So that National School has become a center of a revolutionary. So keeping that in mind, purposefully he has joined that school. Here he came in contact with revolutionaries such as Bhagavati Charan, Sukhdev and others. So there are already few leaders in National School. He has joined along with them. He became the member of Hindustan Republic Republican Association formed by the revolutionaries of Uttar Pradesh. So he became the member of what? The Hindustan Republican Association. Hindustan Republican Association. It was association formed by the revolutionary of Uttar Pradesh, and it is like a branch in a Lahore now. Okay, so he became a member of that. There he was initiated into their firebrand activities. So what was the intention of that association? In that association, including all the revolutionary like now that their training, okay, they used to practice firebrand activities. What is meant by firebrand activities? In the sense, throwing a bomb, shooting, aiming, all this they used to practice in that association. Which was the association there? Hindustan Republican Association. In that association, children, they used to practice firebrand activities. What was the purpose of practicing firebrand over there? Intention is that when you get the chance, you can shoot the British officer, or when you get the chance, you can throw bomb on a association or the meeting, British meeting. In that intention, they need a practice, right? So that practice they are going to get in that association, and that was called as a firebrand activities. Okay. The revolutionaries were branded as terrorists by British government. So seeing the development of these revolutionary, British called them as a terrorist. You know what is the work of a terrorist? What is the work of a terrorist? Keep it in mind that these Hindustan Republican Association member, their work is not of a terrorist work. I will repeat once again. These Hindustan Republican Association member, their work and their activities are not of a terrorist activities. Because children, terrorists in the sense that they are troubling, are innocents. They are killing mercilessly innocent for their selfishness. Whereas here this association member, they never killed any innocent for their desire or for their purpose. Okay, here the association main purpose is that what? To liberate India from the hands of a British, and we all know that the British are not innocent. So if they kill the British mercilessly, yes, it is somewhere violence, but what they have done to our India, that we have to keep it in mind. And the violence, seeing the violence act of a Republican Association, British named terrorist. The British named them as a terrorist. Okay. So as being an Indian, we should not call them, or we should not name them as a terrorist, because their activities is not up to a terrorist activity. Okay. The revolutionary were branded as a terrorist by the British government. They believed that the British rule was unjust and oppressive. Why they are followed the violence? Because they have seen that the British rule was unjust. Unjust in the sense there is no equality. The British are enjoying all kind of a benefit, whereas Indians were treated ill treatment, and there is no equality in anything. And oppressive in the sense of what? Whenever the Indians try to come up either economically or politically, these British officers, they are oppressing, or they are not giving encouragement to the Indians. So these revolutionaries thought that British rule was unjust and it is oppressive. Therefore, it was legitimate on their part use violence as a weapon to overthrow the foreigners. So seeing this unjust and oppressive rule of the British, helplessly these revolutionary has followed the violence method. Is it clear, children? Seeing the helpless condition of a British, because before the revolutionary they are the moderate freedom fighter. They requested, they went in a peaceful manner for the sake of the liberty, freedom. But this peaceful method has not worked anywhere. So, seeing these conditions, these revolutionary has followed the violence method. They used violence as a weapon, okay? They used bomb and guns against the British and robbed their establishment. So, what they have done, they need a freedom, so that they are used they used their bomb and guns. Why? To kill the British and to loot their wealth. Why the wealth is needed for a revolutionary? It is not for their purpose. That wealth is required to pass the message to one part of a country to another part of a country. You think that now they are in a Lahore, they have to send the message to a Delhi or somewhere in a South India. How they will send? They required a money. That money belongs to us only, but it was under the control of a British. For that intention, they killed the British and looted the wealth of a British. See, they used the bombs and guns against the British and robbed their establishment. Their ideas differed from Gandhian idea of a freedom movement based on a non-violence or ahimsa. Here, it was clear that revolutionary ideas is entirely different from a Gandhian idea. What is Gandhian idea? Gandhian idea says that non-cooperation movement, non-violence and ahimsa. You don't kill anyone because we don't have rights to kill anyone. So that was the idea of a Gandhiji as a non-cooperation movement. Whereas here he has followed the non-cooperation movement in a different version, that non-cooperation along with the violence. Okay, Bhagat Singh is remembered today not only as a bold revolutionary figure but also a great thinker. See, he was known not only as a revolutionary but also as a great thinker. He has a great view of a thinking. He was steeped in a best tradition of a socialistic thought. So he wanted and he followed the socialistic thought. What is a socialistic thought? Socialistic thought says that equality to all. We all are same. We are a human being. And being a human being, we have all rights in a society. That is called as a socialistic thought. So he stressed mainly as a socialistic thought. The theory advocated collective or state ownership and means of production, and what that he concentrated mainly on. He concentrated mainly on collective responsibility. What is collective responsibility or collective ownership of a state? Collective ownership in the sense, see, now we are in the rule of a state. Okay, a state will rule us. State as enforced tax. Okay, and our security was looked after by the government, and everything will be decided by the government. By deciding, it will keep in mind both state affair as well as the public interest. Okay, by imposing the tax, you see that it will see whether common people like us, whether they are able to pay the tax. Okay, while imposing tax on a particular commodity like rice, medicine, the government will see that whether it was affordable to the common people. While thinking all that only, it will impose the tax. That was called as a collective ownership of a state. Whereas during the time of the British, it was not there. Whatever they wished, they are going to impose on the common people. They are not seeing the welfare of the common people. So Bhagat Singh has focused and stressed on that the government and the state and the nation should come under the control of a government. We have to establish one stable government. That was the main point of Bhagat Singh. See, that theory advocated collective or state ownership of a production, land, labor and capital. Collective ownership in the sense land, labor and capital in the sense all the things like land, labor and capital, in the sense both men, land as well as money, all three should have equality, in the sense that suppose you have a land, okay, you have a land and you will use a machinery on a land and you will do the work, okay, then labor remained as a workless, so labor will become a poor, okay, and so that he told that both the land, labor and capital refer to money. If you are having the money to invest on a land, at the same time you should have a intention and you should have to use the labor on a work, then only there is a balance in the nation, because the British has that only, they have introduced machineries in India, so that what happened, many of the people remain jobless, so that India become economically poor. He opposed that. He says that if you want to develop, if you want to get progress India, then you have to utilize these labor also in the production. That is the main view of Bhagat Singh. This is borne out in numerous letters, pamphlets and articles that he wrote in course of short but turbulent life in prison. So here this view of a labor he has keep on writing in his letter when he was in a jail. When he was in out of a jail, then also he told that the labor should get the work. India should grow economically. The balance of a growth should be there. What do you mean by balance of a growth? One side, one people are going to get richer and richer. Another side of people becoming poor and poor. That is not the balanced growth. Balanced growth in the sense all the classes of a society should have equal growth. They should economically grow equally. One side up and one side down should not be happen. So even though he was in a jail, Bhagat Singh, even though he was in a jail, children, he was keep on writing letter to the other revolutionary, telling to concentrate on a production. In that production, labor can be utilized for the sake of a job. It shows that he have a concern for the common people or for the middle class people, okay. He wrote that revolutionary does not mean violence, but the spirit of freedom, the longing for a change for the better. So what is the intention of a Bhagat Singh? Bhagat Singh intention that revolutionary means you don't think that we are only doing the violence, okay. Revolutionary means first it will come to your mind that is a violence. No, it is not that. Revolutionary means we are the people, we have a spirit for freedom. What is our spirit? What is our energy? That we are going to get freedom. And longing for change. What is the longing for change? That is what I told. Okay, people one who are working in good salary, they are working for good salary only. And another side, people one who are searching for job, they are still searching for job only. That is not changes. The changes in the sense, people one who are looking for a job, they should get the job, okay, and one who are working, they have to do something new, innovation for the betterment of their own life. That is the changes. Or else changes in the sense there may be inequality in a job. What is inequality? All the British officers, they are in a high position. Indian people are in a low position. That is not the changes. We have to make a changes. What? Even the Indian officers should have in a high position. That is what changes. So he says that revolutionary in the sense, it is not just a violence. It is meant that the spirit of a freedom and longing for a change for the better. That is what the intention of a Bhagat Singh. Okay. And here what made Bhagat Singh to go to jail? Okay. The incident that brought total change in the life of a Bhagat Singh was brutal attack by the police on veteran freedom fighter Lala Lajpat Rai at an anti-British procession. So till now we have seen the view, thoughts and intention or the view of a Bhagat Singh. In the last para somewhere we have seen that even though he was in imprisonment, he was writing a letter to a revolutionary for the changes of a life of a Indian people. And here in the next para, you are going to see that what made that changes in the life of a Bhagat Singh. That was nothing that there was a influential person in Bhagat Singh life, that was Lala Lajpat Rai. We have seen that when he has in a child or he was in a young age, he was influenced by Lala Lajpat Rai. So that Lala Lajpat Rai was killed by the British officer. When he was killed, when Lala Lajpat Rai was participating in a anti-British procession, in the sense one procession was held on where he was delivering speech against the British and British rule. In that procession, he was killed by the British. It was resulted in the death of Lajpat Rai on November 17, 1928 in Lahore. So, brutalistly British killed Lala Lajpat Rai. It made British it made Bhagat Singh very angry, because he was not done anything to a British. He, like other revolutionary, he was just doing his duty. He was delivering speech in a anti-British procession, but they have not kept that mind. They have killed the Lala Lajpat Rai. So Bhagat Singh determined to avenge Lajpat Rai death by shooting the British official responsible for that killing. So what he will do? He will decide. Bhagat Singh decided that he will take a revenge on that person, on that British officer who killed the Lala Lajpat Rai. Okay? And who was that person? The Deputy Inspector General Scott. Deputy Inspector General Scott. He was a person who killed the Lala Lajpat Rai, and he decided that he will kill that person. He shot down Assistant Superintendent Sundarban instead. But by mistake what happened? Instead of Deputy Inspector General, he has killed. By mistake he killed the Assistant Superintendent. That was a mistake. Okay? Instead of one person, he has killed another British officer. Instead mistaking him for a scout. Scout in the sense, the aim of a Bhagat Singh is not wrong. He mistaken that person as another person. He wanted to kill the deputy inspector, but he misunderstood that assistant superintendent as deputy general or as a deputy inspector. So thinking or assuming wrong person as a right person, he killed that person. Okay, after killing that person, he came to know that he killed the wrong person. Okay, how he killed that one? He has not killed. Okay, sorry, he has just shot. He shoot that person, and how he has shoot? He threw the bomb in Central Assembly Hall while the assembly was in session. So he has not directly shooted. He just threw the bomb on a hall. In that hall, assembly session was going on, like a general body meeting was going on. In that meeting, he has thrown the bomb. The same way they too have done. When the procession was going on, they killed the Lala Lajpat Rai. When the same occasion was going on British side, he threw the bomb in that hall. Okay, the bomb did not hurt anyone. Remember here that bomb did not trouble or did not kill anyone, but the noise they made was loud enough to wake up. But the noise of a bomb was very loud. It was like a just wake up call. To whom? An enslaved nation from a deep slumber. So they are the enslaved. Who are the enslaved here? British. They are the enslaved one who has attacked the India. It was like a comparison they had given. Here the British are like a slave, one who attacked or one who captured the India and slept. So to make them awake, why the awakening is needed? To awaken, to make them realize that this is not your nation. You are sleeping in somebody else's home. To make them awake, he has thrown the bomb. That noise of a bomb was very loud. Okay, so it was clear that in that bomb nobody got hurt and nobody was killed. Okay, for all the aggressive activity he was tried by the British court in India. So but the intention of disturbing the British session, he was called in a court trial and he awarded death sentence. See, there nobody was killed and nobody was hurted, but for the troubling the British session, he was announced to death. Okay, see, another side, the British intentionally killed many revolutionary, not only revolutionary, many Indian freedom fighters were dead or they killed. Then that time no British officer were awarded for the death. They are left free to move anyway. But here, where Bhagat Singh was not disturbed or killed anyone, he has just wanted to warn. That intention of a throwing bomb was like a intention of reminding, or it was like a warning call to the British. For that warning call only he was awarded of, or he was given punishment of a death. Death did not deter Bhagat Singh. So he says that, writer says that though he was given the punishment of a death, he was not afraid. He kept the spark of freedom alive throughout his letter written from the jail cell. Is it clear? So though he was in a jail, he was not kept quiet, or that spark, or the spark in the sense, the spark of a freedom did not shut or did not end up. The desire of freedom was still alive in the heart of Bhagat Singh even when he was in a jail. How he kept it alive? It means that when even he was in a jail, he was writing a letter to other revolutionary regarding the freedom movement. Thus, he proved that the value of a man lies not in what he is capable of receiving, but in what he was capable of giving. Very meaningful line. So, here he says that the life of a man, or the meaning of a man, is not hidden in what we are receiving. Is it clear? The life of a meaning is not in what we are receiving from other. The real meaning of a life hidden in what we are doing to other. What good we are doing to other. That is what there is. See, he proved that the value of a man lies not in what he is capable of receiving. Capable of receiving in the sense, what we are expecting from others or what we are receiving from others. It is not hidden in that. Instead of that, being a human being, we should be in a condition where we can do good to others. Okay? But in what? Capable of giving. Capable of giving in the sense, capable of doing good to others. Okay? Two of the letter that he wrote, one to his fellow freedom fighter and other to his brother, tells us what kind of freedom fighter Shahid Bhagat Singh was. So, in his imprisonment life, he has written two letters to his closest one. One is his own brother and another letter is to another freedom fighter to whom he was believing. In that letter, he has clearly written that intention of a Bhagat Singh and what the Bhagat Singh is meant for, or what is the Shahid Bhagat Singh. Shahid Bhagat Singh in the sense Hutatma, or what we say immortal. Even though he was a dead, he was immortal in the views of a people. Still now we remember Bhagat Singh for the great deed or the braveness or the courageous deed of a Bhagat Singh. That is why he has mentioned Shahid Bhagat Singh. The soldier we can call it as a Shahid because they sacrificed their life for the sake of a nation, for the security of a nation. Here too the Bhagat Singh was the person, one who sacrificed his life in a young age. That was a remarkable one. Children, in the next class we are going to see which are the two letters or the two letters which was written by the Bhagat Singh to his friend as well as his brother and what he was written in his that. Okay. Before that, what you have to do, you have to read the lesson and you have to ready with me to read the next part of the lesson, children. I hope you will follow the instruction and you will read the lesson, children. Till then, take care.